Hello and welcome to Chemistry 161, Spring 2023 at Windward Community College. So welcome back. Hope you had a nice relaxing break. So the purpose of this video is to orient you to the class and kind of give you an idea what you've gotten yourself into. So I've already gone into the Laulima page here, and so here is the Laulima page for the course. And some things to note about this. So I'm putting the video there. I'm uploading it later. I can't do it in real time, but let me show you the syllabus so you can see what's going on. So what is this class? This class is for STEM majors. So anyone's welcome to take it, provided you have the prerequisites. But generally speaking, this class is for STEM, pre-med, pre-pharm, these kind of majors. So there are other classes. If you're taking this a general science class, unless you're thinking about medical school or some other career change in the future, there are some other classes perhaps we should have you take. Chem 100 is typically we do with that. So I'm just making sure that you personally are in the right class. So let me talk about me. This is me. That is a giant panda. I got to meet a giant panda in China in pre-COVID days, of course, and I got to pet one. It was an adolescent one. It wasn't that big. I'm talking about like this big, like 2.5 feet tall. Probably, I didn't pick it up, but it probably weighed around 30, 40 pounds. Kind of smells like bamboo. It's not very soft. It was kind of coarse. It was kind of like a horse if you ever pet a horse. Anyways, here is my information. Office hours Monday, Tuesday, 9 to 11:30. I'm going to have it there on Zoom. We can meet in person if you want, but I would prefer that to be by appointment, so that way I can make sure that all the clearance is, as far as COVID and whatnot. So that is my information right there. And let me jump into grading policies, because you're wondering, how do I get an A in this class? So here are the assessments. There are 4 tests, homework, and a final. So, and they're sorted in chunks. So the first test is chapter 1 through 4. Second test is chapter 5 through 7. Third test 8 and 9. Fourth test 10 and 11. And then the final is comprehensive. So the due date's basically the first of the month. Well, not for April 4th. I do it. I pick Wednesdays. It's the first Wednesday, because I kind of like to give students a little freedom in the weekend. So I like to have things do in the middle of the week. That's just a personal preference. There's no policy on that. And to be perfectly honest with you, these dates are flexible. I mean, so like for you, let's say that you get sick or you get called away for work and you miss a deadline. That's okay. Don't worry about it. And just talk to me, tell me what's going on, and I'll give you an extension. It can even be something cool, like you decided that you wanted to go to Las Vegas for a bachelor party. Yeah, or a bachelorette party. So, I mean, that's cool. Life goes on, and we can sort around that. I can't change the end of the course, though, so May 12th is the limit of the grace, because after that I just submit grades. So, but everything else, I'm bendy, I'm flexible. So, and what did I say? My cat's rubbing on my legs right now, so that's why I had a break in concentration. You'll see. I like to send lots of fuzzy animal pictures. Okay, so I'll finish with the syllabus. Student accommodations. Here are some accommodations here, and also academic support services here. And I'm going to just talk about this several times this semester. If you find yourself like in any sort of situation, like especially if you're not having your basic needs met, like food and housing, or if you're like your mental health is really out of whack, overly anxious, depressed, feel free to reach out to me. So I'm very connected. We have lots of great services. So I mean, I can put you in touch with them, and I mean, if you, or like you can talk to me if you want. But I mean, I'm not what do you call it? I'm not a clinical psychologist, so I can't really do any of that. But I mean, I'm a human being, and of course I care about everyone. So I'll keep that in mind. I really, for me in my role, I really feel like I'm truly here to help you, connect you with things when you need help, and also I'm a subject area expert. I got a PhD in chemistry, and I've been doing this for almost 2 decades. So I like to think that I know how to, I know the stuff in Gen Chem. So I also have an engineering major. My PhD is in chemistry, bachelor's in chemical engineering. So if you also want career advice, I can talk to you about that. So okay, so the important things are how to get an A. Here's the breakdown. 4 tests, homework and a final. Uh, Broken up into chunks, basically due at the start uh, of each month, the first Wednesday. Also here on La Lima, I have these tabs here. So chapter 1, here is the come on internet. Here is the instructional materials. So you can see here, each chapter I have here. These are blank notes. So you can download these and you can print them out, or you can go on your tablet. And then I have lectures, and then you can follow them up, and I have the finished lectures notes here. So you can use these as guided notes if you want, and you can also see what they are done. And homework there is mastering chemistry. So mastering chemistry, what is that? So, and okay, each of these chapters or each of these lessons have a chapter. Then how do you get to mastering chemistry? You click on this vital source here, and I've already gone onto it. So this is me as an instructor. So it's going to look a little different for you. I don't know what it's going to look like for you as a student. I think you push that launch courseware, and then it'll go to it. And so it's going here to Pearson, and of course it's instructor tools, and you can launch my mastering chemistry. So I like using Firefox for that, so I've already opened it here. So this is mastering chemistry, and again, it's going to look different for you because you're a student and I'm an instructor. But notice something here. Here's the assignments, and clicking on the assignments. Well, is this okay? So let's talk about things that students that usually don't work for this, and why isn't that working? What's typical for students to not have it work is that, let me reload this, is sometimes the cache. If you reset your website, web browser, clear the cache, that tends to work. And here we go. Good. Thank you, Pearson. You decided to work. Clear the cache. It works really well for Chrome. Chrome works the best. Doesn't work as well with Safari. It still works with Safari. I like Firefox. I don't know why, but I always use Firefox for mastering. And one of the things, though, you have to have the pop-up blockers turned off. So that's one of the reasons why I only really use mastering on Firefox. That way I can just kind of do that and have my pop-up blockers on, and pop-ups enabled. So that way when I usually use Safari to browse in general. But anyways, so when you do these, you pick on one of the assessments that you want to do. Let's say you want to do Chapter 8 problem set. And, well, of course for you, the student's going to look different, but you can see here, you click on that and the problem set appears. And it's in a pop-up. That's not signed in. Of course I'm signed in. It must think because I'm not in the student mode. So that's how you do it. Then you go through each assignment here. And not signed in. Okay, yeah. Sorry, I know Pearson sometimes can be fussy. But Let me see here. I just have it signed in. Come on. There we go. Unfortunately, mastering is a little finicky sometimes, so you can see you have to play around with it a few times. I'm sorry you are seeing this, in real time, some of the frustration. So, but also it might help you because you can look at the things. Okay, so now I do that. Is it going to work now? Or maybe it's because the course hasn't started. Okay, here we go. Yes, it is working. Okay, so this is how you do that, and then you work on the assignments here. So let me go back to the assignments, and I have this introduction to mastering chemistry in the bottom. This is optional. You don't have to do it. So don't feel like you have to do it. This is just if you want to play around with this. You can just jump right into the work. It's fine. So that's totally cool. So, okay. And let me go back to this. Just so you know about this class, this is actually a pretty hard class. So it depends on how much chemistry you've had. So this class, to a student and to an instructor, it feels kind of like a sprint. And what's tough about this class is that there's a lot of different mental models coming at you at the same time. So keep that in mind. But I really want you to succeed. So feel free to hit me up for help if you need any help whatsoever. And I have all the materials here. I have lessons here, there's homework. And if you run any snags, drop me an email. I'm usually pretty fast in response. So, and yeah, so let me know if you have any questions, and I hope you have a great start to your semester. So welcome again. Aloha.